It also gives you control over your claims. For example, I have a client that has a chain of nursing homes, and the plaintiff's lawyers are constantly pounding on their door, and the commercial carriers want to settle with them all the time after running up big bills with the experts and attorney fees. And so what's happened is they just encourage more claims, the client feels. The client would like to get control over that process. The client feels that they know their business better, they know how to handle these claims better, and they'd like to take on that risk. So captives are formed to cover the first dollar, and then they have either reinsurance or they have a large deductible program that covers the higher claim amounts. And that way they can overall they can reduce their claims, capture the underwriting profit, and reduce the cost overall for the client. There's also potential income tax benefits because a properly structured captive, the premiums paid into the captive can be deductible. There's also potential estate planning opportunities because when you set up the captive, you have the opportunity to have the stock of the captive owned by either a trust for the benefit of your children, a generation skipping trust. So if you do end up earning underwriting profit, now that underwriting profit is outside your estate. So those are the general reasons why people consider captives. Now the tax benefits are only, of course, present if you have the risk management benefit, because you have to have both in order for it to work, and you can't do it just for tax benefits, of course. And the risk management benefits are present because you get that tax benefit, which allows pre-funding with pre-tax dollars, which is not present when you have a self-insured environment for those particular risks. So they're kind of the chicken and the egg. All right, so let's go on. You want to do the first poll question there, Scott?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And as I mentioned before, I'll walk you through this if you haven't used GoToWebinar before. And first question, straightforward. How would you rate your knowledge of captive insurance companies? We're going to give you a moment to answer this. And I just want to comment that we appreciate your questions. They've already started to roll in. We have a handful of questions here that are, a couple that are administrative. Someone asking about Androids and tablets. Definitely want to log into a PC or Mac if you haven't done so already. And this is poll number 1. And we have 92% of you voted. I'm going to close this one down here in about 10 seconds. Again, this is the longest we're going to keep a poll open so everyone gets comfortable with how this works. I know for those of you that answered this within the first 3 seconds, you're being very patient right now. So let me close this one down, and I'm going to share that response with you. There we go. Fred, when you teach this class, do you normally teach in this class to CPAs, to business owners? Is this about the demographic that you would expect in terms of the CPAs who are attending the class?
When I usually teach this class, I either teach this CPAs or attorneys, and actually sometimes I teach it actually a lot to insurance brokers also.
Okay. All right, so there you have it in terms of today's level of knowledge. We'll close it back, and now we're back to the PowerPoint again.
All right, I see one question here that I'll probably answer. When I'm talking about the funding of the captive